Welcome to A Radiantly Healthy Life, the podcast where we explore natural health and wellness just for women. Here, we'll dive into a mix of mindfulness, homeopathy, herbal remedies, functional medicine, and those tried and true traditional methods. I'm Amy Whitbeck, your host and fellow traveler on this journey toward better health. As a natural health coach, I'm excited to share insights and tips I've learned not only through personal experience, but also from the amazing women I coach. So grab your favorite cup of tea or cozy drink, and let's chat as we walk this path to radiant health and happiness. Are you experiencing signs of adrenal fatigue? Would you like to know more about this often misunderstood and underdiagnosed condition? Well, first, let's start with what is adrenal fatigue. Adrenal fatigue is a little bit tricky. What I mean by that is, first of all, adrenal fatigue isn't the best term to describe the conditions and associated symptoms. It's one of the most commonly known terms, though, which is the reason why I use it here. More doctors and health professionals have moved towards using terms like HPA axis dysfunction, OAT axis imbalance, or allostatic load, because the adrenals aren't necessarily fatigued when someone is experiencing symptoms, but instead there's usually a disruption in the balance between the hypothalamus, adrenal, and pituitary glands. It's not uncommon to have an imbalance between the ovaries, adrenals, and thyroid as well. In many cases, these imbalances are caused by some kind of stress. This could include physical, mental, or emotional sources of stress. For most people, it's often a combination of stressors that lead to hormone disruption and produce associated symptoms. Another reason I say that adrenal fatigue is kind of a tricky business is that symptoms can seem very general or unrelated. Many of us don't realize that these seemingly unrelated symptoms are really pointing at a specific problem, and we don't realize that until we're deep in the hole of exhaustion. But you don't have to find yourself deep in this hole. Let me share 11 signs of adrenal fatigue you shouldn't ignore. It's great that you're doing your own research. A problem you may run into, though, is that you'll find conflicting information. At the end of this post, I'm going to share 11 common signs of adrenal fatigue, tips to help you on your health journey, and trusted sources where you can get additional information if you're interested. So let's get to those symptoms. Here are common signs that you don't want to ignore. Feeling tired in the morning, even after a full night's sleep. If you find yourself feeling that you're still tired, there could be a number of causes, including adrenal fatigue. When your body's under constant stress, cortisol and other hormone levels are disrupted, often causing you to feel tired or very slow to get moving in the morning. Here's a tip. Have your cortisol and other hormones tested so you can see exactly what's going on, and then you can choose which direction to go. Don't try to blindly treat just based on symptoms. The more you know, the better. Are you very tired in the afternoon? Just like being tired in the morning, having an afternoon slump is very common in those with adrenal fatigue. Normally, cortisol levels peak in the morning and begin to taper off through the day. If this normal rhythm is disrupted, or if you have too much or too little overall cortisol production, you may notice that you have times of energy and exhaustion at odd hours, or just exhaustion with no energy. So here's a tip. To avoid the afternoon slump that's so commonly experienced by people with adrenal fatigue, try these lifestyle changes. Have a small snack with protein, complex carbs, and fat. Take 10 minutes to breathe and relax. Yoga and meditation are perfect for this. Make sure that you've been drinking enough water, and be sure to include hydrating drinks like adrenal cocktails. Stay away from blue lights from your TV, computer, and cell phone at night, or use blue light blocking amber glasses. Get bright light in the morning to help regulate your circadian rhythm. If you don't have a good amount of sun in the morning, a light therapy lamp can be really helpful. The next symptom that could point to adrenal fatigue are mood swings. Dealing with stress, hormone imbalances, blood sugar ups and downs, and not feeling well overall can certainly cause anyone to have mood swings. If you have adrenal fatigue, it means that you've been under stress, whether physical or mental, or both, for too long. Do you notice yourself having mood swings? It could be a sign that you need to slow down and spend some time eating well, resting, and working to reduce stress. So here's a helpful tip. To reduce stress, make sure you're getting enough quality sleep, eating properly, and generally just taking really good care of yourself. If you find that you're experiencing mood swings and need a little help while making your positive lifestyle changes, here are a few supplements that you could try. There's ashwagandha, holy basil, chamomile, and all of them can help lower stress, anxiety, and give you a sense of peace and calming. So on this list is also weight gain or the inability to lose weight. When your hormones are not optimal, digestion and assimilation of food is often hindered. If you're under constant or extreme stress or have unknown food intolerances, you may not be able to lose weight. Weight gain or the ability to lose weight is about so much more than eating less and exercising more, especially if you have adrenal fatigue. Weight gain is a symptom, and weight loss will happen naturally as you feed your body nourishing foods and heal underlying causes. Here's a helpful tip. One of the best things you can do to aid in health, healing, and weight loss is to eat the right food. Many people are eating food that they think is healthy, but it may not be right for their bodies. To find out if you're eating healthy for your body, or if the food you're eating is hindering your health, consider food allergy testing along with keeping a food elimination journal. The next symptom of adrenal fatigue that you don't want to ignore would be brain fog. Brain fog is a frustrating symptom of many conditions. In many cases, it's caused by higher levels of inflammation, leaky gut, hormone disruption, all of which are common causes of adrenal fatigue. If you find yourself dealing with brain fog, it can be both scary and irritating. But just know that like all symptoms, as you heal, the fog will lift. If you're dealing with brain fog, here's a tip that could help. Start working on your gut and liver health. Improving those can help lower inflammation, increase absorption of vitamins and minerals, eliminate bacteria and parasites, help digestion, and decrease or eliminate brain fog. Do you feel lightheaded or dizzy at times? Feeling lightheaded or dizzy is not uncommon if you have adrenal fatigue. Causes of dizziness can include hypoglycemia, dehydration, low blood pressure, or autonomic nervous system dysfunction, to name a few. If you feel dizzy or lightheaded, it's important to find the exact cause. Since this is a symptom that could be related to many health conditions, it's often necessary to partner with a doctor that practices integrative or functional medicine and is willing to help you dig into your health history, order full panel tests, and knows how to properly interpret the result. Hypoglycemia is also a symptom that you may want to be aware of. Did you know that hypoglycemia symptoms are not uncommon in people with adrenal fatigue? It's not always easy to pinpoint the cause of dizziness, but if you find that it's due to hypoglycemia, eating small, nourishing meals throughout the day, hydrating properly, resting, and taking steps to heal adrenal fatigue will go a long way in reducing or eliminating the feelings of dizziness. In the case of adrenal fatigue, hypoglycemia often occurs because the body is not able to regulate hormones properly, which makes it difficult to regulate blood sugar levels. Hypoglycemia can be difficult to diagnose because for many people, blood sugar numbers may look just fine, but what may be happening is called reactive hypoglycemia. This is when blood sugar numbers rise quickly after eating and fall quickly. Even if these numbers remain in the normal ranges, the quick rise and fall can cause symptoms. Since blood sugar balance involves a number of organs and systems, it's important to take a whole body approach to healing. Like other symptoms, blood sugar balance will be achieved as healing progresses. In the meantime, be sure to eat small, balanced meals that include a complex carbohydrate, fat, and protein. To balance blood sugar and achieve recovery, it's essential to eliminate sugar, simple carbs, and for most, that can include caffeine too. Here's a helpful tip. Eliminating simple carbs, eating healthy protein, and being sure to get good fats into your diet will help significantly. If you need a little support while making the changes and finding balance, consider supplements like cinnamon, cod liver oil, and chromium. The next symptom on our list is low sex drive. Low sex drive can be caused by many things. If you're experiencing other symptoms of adrenal fatigue, though, it's not surprising if you don't find yourself having those loving feelings. When your body is stressed and you have unbalanced hormones, the little energy you do have is used for essential functions, and typically sex isn't one of them. Having a low or non-existent sex drive is just a symptom pointing to a larger issue. If it is adrenal fatigue, the return of desire will often return as you heal and recover. But here's a tip. When hormone imbalance occurs, loss of interest in sex is often one of the first symptoms we begin to notice. To help with this issue, it's essential to try to lessen both emotional and physical stress, since stress is an inevitable part of life, it's important to give your body support too. And one way to do that is with supplements. The next symptom we'll talk about today is increased anxiety. A person with adrenal fatigue could feel increased anxiety for a number of reasons, including unregulated blood sugar, anemia, hormone imbalance, poor gut health, trauma, low vitamin D levels, and that's just to name a few. To reduce or eliminate anxiety, it's essential to find the root cause. Often, once a person eats regular balanced meals, hydrates properly, begins to clean up their gut health, and adds rest and relaxation into their routine, anxiety begins to lessen. If you're feeling anxiety, and while you're looking for the root cause of that anxiety, there are a few supplements that can help. A few of my favorites are Nerve Tonic and magnesium. Do you often feel sensitive to lights? A lesser known symptom of adrenal fatigue is light sensitivity. If you find yourself needing sunglasses or being bothered by bright lights, you may have a sodium-potassium imbalance, which is not uncommon for those of us with adrenal fatigue. If a person has dealt with chronic stress and begins experiencing symptoms of adrenal fatigue, both cortisol and aldosterone production can become exhausted. When aldosterone levels are reduced, the body is not able to regulate mineral and fluid levels properly, which then causes sodium to be removed from the body, and this in turn causes water to be removed as well. Because of this cascade of events, symptoms of dehydration and electrolyte imbalance can occur. To help combat this, adding Himalayan salt to your water, along with a potassium source, such as cream of tartar, blackstrap molasses, or coconut water, can help balance the mineral levels and support the body. If you're interested, there are also adrenal cocktails that are fantastic for helping with this. Another symptom associated with adrenal fatigue are thyroid imbalances. Because the adrenals and the thyroid work so closely together, it stands to reason that if your adrenals are struggling due to chronic stress, so too could your thyroid. Adrenal dysfunction or dysregulation can cause the thyroid to slow production, inhibit the conversion of hormones, and make thyroid receptors less sensitive. Adrenal dysfunction is one of the reasons that many women can have normal thyroid tests, but still experience symptoms related to low thyroid. It's also the reason that many women who are taking medication for low thyroid don't feel a resolution of symptoms. To balance the thyroid and reduce or eliminate symptoms, it is necessary to support the adrenals as well as the thyroid. To do this, you want to start with having proper tests done, make any lifestyle changes that you might feel are necessary, reduce stress, and eat nourishing food. In some instances, it may be necessary to start on medication for thyroid regulation or have your current dose adjusted. If you're not on medication, you can support your thyroid and adrenals with supplements if needed. Depending on your personal test, these supplements may be helpful. Vitamin C, desiccated liver capsules, and there are many thyroid supporting supplements, but you'll definitely want to talk to your doctor or healthcare provider before you start. So here are a few final thoughts on the 11 signs of adrenal fatigue. The label adrenal fatigue is somewhat misleading because when a person experiences symptoms such as fatigue, anxiety, weight gain, mood swings, thyroid imbalance, light sensitivity, or any of the other numerous symptoms associated with this condition, it's not that the adrenals are tired. There's actually an imbalance in the systems that are so intricately linked. Because of the lack of acknowledgement and understanding by many doctors and the seemingly general symptoms that make up this condition, it can be frustrating and often seem like we take one step forward and 2 steps back during the diagnosis or healing process. But a path to healing can be found. If you have any of these signs of adrenal fatigue, take your next step on the road to healing by finding a doctor that will work with you, getting proper testing, and incorporating lifestyle changes. Some targeted supplements may help too. Good luck. I wish you the best on your journey. Thanks for listening today. Are you interested in diving deeper? Head over to aradiantlyhealthylife.com and be sure to sign up for my email list so you can stay up to date on what's new and gain access to exclusive tips, insights, and resources available only to my community. While you're there, feel free to leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And if you like this episode, consider sharing it with a friend. Every share helps us reach more people and spread the message of health and wellness. I'll be back next week. But in the meantime, remember, small steps really do make a big difference. See you next time.